Welcome eSeniors fans. We are in South Africa today. It is KYALAMI. And here are the standings after the first race that was Monza. A little bit of controversy there. It was contacts, complicated. But I think we are through it. But what happened in that race? Yeah, Steve Young won the race. Actually, Chris Bourne could not attend. So it doesn't mean, well, let's get, understand me right here. I think if Chris Bourne had been there, he would have been on this chart. Let me put it like that. Steve Young, P1, and Brian Hartford, New Drive, P2, Paulo Nova, P3, Mish Ponov, P4, and Stuart Packham, P5. So let's see what happened with Silver. So Silver, Hudson, P1, and the Pablo Gianni, P2. He got two penalties actually, yielded to total 20 points. I'm a little bit unsure how they are actually calculated. I think they might actually draw that after this round. I think that's how it works. And Brian Banks, great job there, P3. Peter Nilsson, P4. And Kevin Torrance, great job by him too. That's a P5 for him in his Lamborghini. All right, so we have cars running now. As usual, we are opening with the Silver guys. And today I actually have the leaderboard correct. So just want to mention the sponsors here, Sim3D and Syndeo, our sponsor. Sim3D produces everything you need for your cockpit. And Syndeo, it's a technology broker specializing in call center and voice over IP applications. So they are brokers. They find the best solution for your business. All right. Okay, let's get on the track on the game stream. As you see here, we have silver, have kind of the silver looking placards today on the car numbers. Thank God for that. And then the white that signifies platinum. So welcome everyone on the stream. I see Craig Holmes is in there. MadPad65, not sure who you are, but you are welcome to the stream. And Peter David, first corner scared. So yeah, as you start to watch here, please press the like button. That would be appreciated. All right, KYALAMI, it's a fun track. It was racing there with the sprint last Monday. And this gonna run, the actual race gonna run into the night. Always spectacular views when that happens. So I hope everyone have set their car up with the auxiliary lights so it looks cool. And we'll see if there's someone that's gonna forget to assign a button or something on the light. The Frenchman, Frank. Oh, okay, yeah, welcome. Yeah, I know who you are. Welcome to you. And I hope you're gonna able to see this in the new and improved broadcast quality, 1440p, 60 frames per second. All right, Trowbridge has the fastest time right now. Hudson, though, he is coming up fast. He is now, and you can maybe you can see on the leaderboard there's a little purple pulsating frame around his name. That means that he's about to take the fastest lap. I'm running on the autopilot here. That's gonna make sure that I distribute my screen time on everyone correctly. So jumps to Pablo Gianni from Venezuela. And as we know, we are a very international crowd. So let's put the flags up here so you can see this international crowd of racers that are 50 years and older. For anyone new, you join us on, connect to us with us on Facebook or Discord or our website, eSenior GT3 World Championship. Get age verified and you can race. And we have we're gonna start the LMU Championship on June 20 after we have received the update in 3 days. So Trowbridge is with the fastest lap right now. And here we have the manufacturers, Ford and Ferrari, McLaren, a Lambo, and we see a Porsche. And also Steve Young has started to drive the Bentley to great effect as he won the Monza race. Harford should race as Platinum, that is correct. He was moved to Platinum after a very successful race in Monza. So he should be in Platinum. Just gonna double check that he is indeed. Yeah, so let me change here so we have the numbers. There we go, car numbers like so. All right, Jeremy Roba sits on a provisional pole for now. The guys in silver here have a little bit longer time to do qualification, and just as I say that, actually Jeremy Robas was P2. I think I'm gonna take the autopilot off because that kind of confuses me a little bit. So yeah, Hutchin is the fastest right now. Maybe you should put the numbers on there. The actual personal best, 142.0. And go around the horn here. So we start with Parks is down in P16 on an invalid lap. Oh, he's in the pits. Okay. Here's Alvaro Oliveira. I do not have his livery. I didn't have last Saturday either. That's a good looking livery there on Mr. Kevin Torrance from New Zealand. Oh, as we got to Shaquille Rodriguez, oversteer galore, and he goes into the wall. It's Alvaro Oliveira from Portugal. We saw him before. Aaron Shannon in his colorful. And Pablo Gianni, that was on the podium last, but his points gonna be adjusted. Langlois, I like that livery there. Golf classic colors for related to racing. And Brian Banks did a good race last time. And Kevin Walker, might he be a newer driver? I wonder. I don't recognize Kevin Walker. Did he race last race? Let me query. Kevin Walker, yeah, he didn't race last race, so he's a new friendly face. So we welcome him to eSeniors. And Daniel Britos, of course, currently in P6. Trusty eSeniors member, and of course Jeremy Robas, fearless leader and founder of eSeniors. Terry Trowbridge currently P3. Peter Nilsson P2 from Sweden, and here we have Macron Hutchin. He's it's just 5 thousandths of a second between Malcolm Hutchin and Peter Nilsson. Terry Trowbridge is just behind them on 1:42.8. So these three cars are very close today. Top 3 in the silver. Terry Trowbridge, fastest lap goes into the 1:41s, so that's 1:41.9 on him, as you see there on that graphic that showed up. So great job by him. Let's get into the cockpit of Hutchin as he goes on a chase here to try and improve his time. He needs to improve his time with 5/10. Let's see if he will be doing that. This track is really difficult. It's not a track where I'm particularly fast in. You get your eyes blinded a little bit there by the sun. Hutchin, as we're following him, he is, yes, Craig Holmes. Everyone have the right color code. And Hutchin has a little traffic in front of him, could be trouble for him. He is flirting with, oh, nice. The car moved away. Great job there. So Hutchin, right now, he's flirting with the personal best. Craig Holmes, I'm pretty sure. Let me know if something doesn't look right. It's completely manual, so I might have fat-fingered something. So yeah, here comes Malcolm down into the corner, the mine shaft, the crocodiles. This is a very difficult corner in my mind. And here comes this one where you can really fly if you get this wrong, the cheetah. Oh, he misses that, really. And I think he blew that. He blew his lap with that, so that's unfortunate. No fastest lap for him there, but he certainly did a valiant try. Nilsson is now also very, very close, 8 thousandths of a second from Trowbridge. We see him flirt a little bit with fastest lap. So does now Hutchin. So now it's a fight between the 1, 2, and 3. Britos is in the pits. So is Linnartner, and it's less than 2 minutes left. So I don't think we're gonna see them out. How's Kevin Walker doing? The newer guy. Let's see how he is doing. Let's get into his cockpit. Oh, he's lagging a little bit from the UK. That looks more stable now. Yeah, looks a little bit weird there. Yeah, Nilsson looks like he's actually, we're gonna get with Nilsson. He's not gonna make it. He's not gonna improve. No. Hutchin though. He is on a run here for fastest lap. Perhaps. He missed it in that corner. Wow, he missed it in that corner. However, Rodriguez, well, he has started the lap here, so we don't know what's gonna happen, but he has a little purple box around his name, so maybe. Follow along with him. He's almost the only one out there, but he's certainly the only one that's improving his time. Let's It's a cool looking livery there. The most cars are in the pits now, and we should start to see the Platinum guys roll out. They have 10 minutes. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Brian Hartford is indeed Platinum, but his placard, I didn't change that because I wasn't the one moving him into Platinum. So that's going to be a little confusion maybe, but it's only one car. So, and actually, while we're looking at this, I'm going to go in and change him immediately. It won't change anything here, but while I remember, I'll do that. While we're watching Joaquim Rodriguez, he's actually really fast. Well, he's okay, it wasn't fastest lap, it was his fastest lap. All right, so we now gonna see some Platinum cars running. Here's Bruce Hopkins, while I'm just quickly going in and address what we were talking about here. Make sure that Hartford is indeed in the right placard. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so next time Hartford will have the right placard on. Sorry about that. A lot of stuff to keep track of when it comes to this race. Let's see. Do we want to see? Not the race. We want to see personal best delta for a bit. So let's see how Chris Bourne gonna do it this time. McClellan and Hartford. Yeah, he is in the Platinum group, but not the correct placard. But he will have the correct one next race. So that's been fixed. All right, Steve Young in his Bentley. Good looking livery as usual. I think that's Nikos is making his liveries. Excited to see LMU, how that's going to develop with the updates. And if I understand it correctly, you can make your own liveries there, but they charge you for the distribution, so to speak. You'll upload it to their servers, but you pay kind of a subscription to enjoy to getting deliveries of the other cars when you race. So, oh, I said, what did I say? Yeah, it's Aston Martin. What did I say? I probably said Bentley. Okay, it's been a long day. All right, Hartford clinches the first the opening salvo here. Let's see what he has. Personal best 141.5. So 4/10 difference between silver and platinum right now. Yeah, I said Bentley. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. I'm not drunk. I'm just drinking water. So Steve Young now have the second P2 provisional pole. Packham is on a good lap. He's up 4/10. Can he keep this? Coming through this rather difficult sequence. and I think he lost his edge right now. He's not on the best time. Steve Young is though. Let's see where Stewart gonna come up. John Saunders puts himself in P3. Packham not improving. Yeah, he did. P2 for him. And now, here it is. Chris Bourne. Chris Bourne provisional pole with 4/10 thereabouts. Strong showing by Chris Bourne on this track now. We have total 28 cars today. Let's see, who have we not seen? Paul Rankin, why isn't he driving, is he? Yeah, there's Rankin. Nice livery there, kind of ghost livery. Let's look at that one a little bit closer. Yeah, interesting. All right, Steve Young fastest lap now. Now we're talking. However, Chris Bourne is on the run. He is flirting with personal best, or the best time here. 400ths of a second is what he has to take in order to get provisional pole. And this track is not easy to pass. There are a couple of places here in the last turn and this third one. Otherwise, it's slim pickings. Chris Bourne, yeah, fastest lap, 140.7. Wow, he took that with 4/10 again. He took another 4/10. That's unbelievable. Who is on a run to improve? I haven't shown Craig Holmes here in his Audi. Sounds good, that car, doesn't it? Little Angry Bee. I was driving the Audi. I kind of like the cars that are kind of screaming when you drive them. McLaren is a little bit like that too. But now I drive the Mercedes, which has more of a grunt to it. So hopefully everyone got to behave in turn 1. I have no doubt that people will. No one is really flirting with taking the Hartford is now up 3/10. As he is finishing his lap, that's gonna push him up where to? Yeah, he could be P2, provisional P. Oh, he lost all his time there. Actually, he invalidated his lap. Pornoff been quiet this season, I'd say. Been really hot previous seasons, but this season and last has been a little bit quiet. How's Rankin doing? All the way back there. Maybe this isn't the track that he has practiced on very much. Where did Rankin place last race? He was, yeah, he was P6, but he also drew a penalty. And I think the penalties in the standings, they are noted in the standings, but I think they will calculate after next race. It will start to equalize with the points. Okay, Pornoff up 4/10 as he kind of comes into the last sector, half a second up. Now he lost that there. You should go and pick that up. Yeah, this last section is so difficult. Up 2 tenths, what's that going to do to him? Not much, maybe one position. Maybe he's going to push in front of John Saunders for a P5. We'll see. Yeah, P4 for him. Hartford is up to P5. And Hartford is a silver driver, or I'm sorry, platinum driver. Just his designation there in color on his number plate is not correct. So sorry about that. It will be fixed. Okay, that looks like, yeah, now Chris Bourne and then Trowbridge, the pole series of the different classes. What we're gonna do here is the track walk, but I don't think I have the right animation loaded, so I'm gonna fix that. If I do have it. But yeah, here we have it. Okay. Here is KYALAMI in South Africa. Not really sure where in South Africa. I think we have someone from South Africa racing at some point. So here's the straight, start straight, the little turn there. So the Crowthorne is the second turn. Snaking up there, Barbecue goes into this fast right-hander of Sunset Clubhouse, and then this really difficult as you come down and up again and into this hairpin. Blue Cop. And coming into Mine Shaft. And then this difficult one, Cheetah, where you can hit this horrible curve. So there we go. That is the KYALAMI track walk. Race will start soon. Stand by. And we will do a little presentation of the cars as we do a full lap before we formation lap before we start. All right, let's do the little track walk or the grid walk. I'm gonna start that up in a sec. right, provisional pole for Platinum. We have Chris Bourne from the UK. Then P2 there is Steve Young, Stuart Packham from the UK, Mish Pornoff from Macedonia, Brian Hartford P5 US, John Saunders P6 UK, Derek Bird P7 UK, Bruce Hopkins P8 US, Craig Holmes the UK P9, Terry Trowbridge pole for the silver class P10 from the UK, Peter Nilsson P11 from Sweden, Paulo Nova P12 from Portugal, Malcolm Hutchin P13 from the UK, Kevin Walker P14 from the UK, Michael McClellan P15 from the US, Daniel Britos from Argentina P16, Paul Ranking from the US P17, Ollie Lynn Nortner from Australia, early morning for him, P18, Jeremy Arobas, our founder and leader, P19 from Canada, Hugo Caballero, Uruguay, P20, Aaron Shannon, P21 Canada, Brian Banks, P22 Canada, Eric Langlois from France, P23, Pablo Gianni from Venezuela, P24, Joaquim Rodriguez, P25, Portugal. Next to him, another driver from Portugal, P26, Alvaro Oliveira, and Kevin Torrance from New Zealand, also early morning for him, and James Parks, P28 from the United States. There we have it. As we do a full formation lap around this track. Welcome everyone, Frank Tennant, nice to see you on the stream, hope you're doing all right. We are looking to have an exciting race that goes into nighttime. Here's the formation. They should start to tidy up and go side by side here in a moment. Chris is awfully far away from the rest of the guys. They're coming up to join him there. I'm gonna have the leaderboard off for a little bit so we see a little bit more of the action. So on the first row, Chris Bourne and Steve Young, Stuart Packman on the second row next to Mish Pornoff. And further down, we have Trowbridge and Peter Nilsson next to each other for the silver. And here is the start. The helicopter cam here that I'm using is not the best because you don't see that much of the only top three drivers. So we have a little lag there that Pornoff was not really where he needed to be in the start. But this gives still Chris Bourne goes into the first turn and looks gonna pan down a little bit so we see if there's anything. We have just a little bump and grind here and there. Nicely done by everyone getting through here. We have some markers here on Banks, but I think this is more just little elbows flying. Chris Bourne is safely out ahead of the other guys. Let's see how they're doing down in the field. Trowbridge, the leader for silver. So he must have been held up a bit here because we see and I'm sorry, Hartford up there in P5, he is a platinum, so disregard him right now. It's Nilsson in P10 who is the leader for the silver. So Nilsson is the leader for the silver, Hartford up there. He was immediately promoted into the platinum group, but his placard hasn't changed, which is, of course, like most things, my fault, but it will be fixed. Kevin Walker lost the position. So we have let's look at an incident here. If we can look at here, something happened between these two cars. Not sure what. We see also a marker on Shannon. There's the Mountain Dew car chasing, and there's the contact. But he slows down, acknowledging his transgression. So now we're back on real time. See what action is. Stuart Packham is starting to get a wind of P2 here in the form of Steve Young. Look at them here for a little moment. Let's get in the cockpit. Oh, he has to adjust his line there quite dramatically, losing a little bit of time. Peter Nilsson is up on Craig Holmes. This is not for position, but he's just trying to get away from the other cars. He has Jan Saunders behind him and Trowbridge that had the provisional pole behind Saunders. So Peter Nilsson tries to just push here to get something happen. Trowbridge, McClellan. What happened there? Let's look at that. There's McClellan, Trowbridge in front of him. Coming up here to this hairpin, which is difficult. He tries to move on the inside. Oh, oh Jesus, guys. Hutchin and Walker. Something happened there too. Let's look at that then. There's Walker. And was that just a side-by-side, or has the contact not happened yet? Maybe there. Yeah, wasn't that much on that. All right, let's see. Langlois, something happened down here. All right, that's Banks and Langlois side by side coming into the last turn, I believe it is. It's not the last turn, but oh, they made contact. It was the first, I guess, the second turn. Banks is holding to yield, which was nice to see. All right, let's see up and down the field here. Some action. Here's Paulo Nova chasing down Hopkins. Trowbridge dropping a little bit. I don't see contact on him. Yeah, Nova. Maybe we can look at that number of they have gained. Actually, what we should do, we should have race gaps. But we could also do position delta. Here we go. Yeah, rightly commented there. Pretty first 5 there, no movement, but Paulo Noah has been harvesting positions. Hutchin there, that was involved in a some sort of a accident, but otherwise that not that much movement. Trowbridge was also involved in something. Race gaps. It's Hartford reminding everyone he is platinum. He is platinum. Craig Holmes gets very, very close to Hopkins. This is for position. Let's see what Holmes can do from his cockpit. So he's lapping a little bit, just very close here between Bruce and if you see the comparison there, both are driving where they started, so to speak. Yeah, Paolo's wife joins the broadcast sometimes. Hopefully she will join here when her husband is doing so well. Kevin Walker, the newer driver, is coming up on Trowbridge. Try to challenge him. Fastest lap just right now by Chris Bourne. So it's a 50-minute race, and halfway we're going to start to see people doing pit stops. It's mandatory pit stop, but you don't have to change any tires if you don't want to. Paul Rankin on Caballero. This is not for position. This is just for Rankin to get further up, and he's almost makes contact there. Gives Hutchin an opportunity to pass. That is not for position. Rankin is really struggling on this track, it looks like. Further back we have Shannon trying to reach a Robus. There we see Hutchin on the inside of Rankin. Pablo Gianni is desperately trying to get past Shannon. Gianni that placed well in Monza, but he got penalties there, so hopefully he will not draw penalties in this race. And all the way at the back, Joaquim Rodriguez is down 2 positions from his starting point. Brian Banks down 4 positions. He's reaching Eric Langlois here, see if he can get ahead of him. Gets the outside line, maybe try and do an over and under if he gets a good exit here. It's coming through Lukop. Let's follow him for a little bit and see what's gonna happen. You see now, sun is setting, so now we have the lights on. And if Paul Rankin goes into the pits, yeah, he hasn't had the pace, so I don't know if there's something amiss with his car. As we see, Langlois goes very wide there. He was lucky that he managed to keep the car going. Here's Aaron Shannon trying to reach Jeremy Robas. Fight for P19 in the totals. Someone went very wide in front there, throwing smoke. Chris Bourne, he is very fast right now. He's 2 seconds ahead of Sky. Langlois chasing up Oliveira for P23. Here's Hutchin chasing Caballero. Looks like all the silver cars are very neatly set here in a row. So it's a good battles for position. We don't have these battles between the classes that, you know, are not still battles, but not that important for the total outcome. Oh, he hit a little bump there. Malcolm is down 4 positions from his starting point. So fairly close racing here. You see all the numbers that delta numbers that are orange. That means that they are fairly close. So one trouble could ensue if someone doesn't have automatic lights and it comes on that you have to turn on your lights so you get drive-through or something, and you haven't sorted that. That could be trouble, but we'll see what happens. So Rankin, okay, he was in there. So what I should also put up is that there is mandatory pit stops plus 1. So that means ranking is actually okay on pit stops then. So we see Banks pushing here to get Langlois. Let's get in the cockpit, which is probably the best view when it starts to get really dark. Langlois goes on the inside there, try to protect this line. Fastest lap, Mishponov is up and lapping some good times. He's lapping half a second faster than Stuart Packham that's in front of him, but there's still a delta of about on second Mishponov and Stuart Packham as we're looking at Brian Banks. Try to stress Langlois as much as possible. He has the black car of Oliveira in front of him. Could be good for Banks if Langlois gets a little bit held up. He went really wide there, Langlois. Bruce Hopkins and Paulo Noir. Paulo Noir passed Hopkins. Actually, I really want to see that if I can. I missed that. That's too bad. All right. Okay, it's spreading out the field a little bit. This battle is going on though. Oh, Langlois looked a little bit on the inside. Then we have Torrance. It's a good little battle, these three. Scanning the field to see if there's anything else going on. It looks nice in this dusk. Let's look over here, Shannon and Aerobus. Looks very nice in the lights, doesn't it? But we don't have that much action. Tight racing up front. Let's see Hopkins and Nova. Hopkins is trying to get his position back that he lost to Nova. Nova is up, so Bruce is kind of stationary as to where he started, but like we acknowledged before, Paul is up 5 positions. Great racing by him. Here we see Paulo Nova in Hopkins headlights. Oh, he tries to do something, put a little stress on Nova. Side by side they go. This gets really close. Oh, there's the contact. All right. I saw that coming a mile away. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, so that's obviously very unfortunate. Such a good race for Nova, but I think that was on Nova. He shouldn't have thrown close down. But for others to figure out, Saunders. Let's see if he can reach Holmes. Good pace on Holmes. Hutchin. This is a little group we haven't really explored. Hutchin and Linnordner. Behind there is Aerobus, and behind Aerobus we have Shannon. Oliveira and Langlois is going at it. And Banks ahead there. Where's Nova? There's Nova. He's now behind McClellan. Nova is now up 1 position. So he lost 4 positions there, unfortunately. Let's look a little bit at Mirsch. He has Brian Hartford behind, like I remember. Remind everyone, Hartford is a platinum. So this is a platinum on platinum, so to speak. Nova and McClellan. So now Nova is thirsty to improve his position after that failed attempt to pass. And Hutchin is very, very close here to Linnortner. He's going to be able to slipstream him into the second turn. Actually, that hairpin, this is the first turn, this little kink here. So we're actually coming up to second turn here. Is he going to do inside? Yes, he is. And pushes Linnortner out, so he's yielding. So that was nice. Nicely done. So that's Shannon. So he lost his position there also, did Hutchin to Jeremy. But he acknowledged that he was a little bit too eager. There is Paulo Nova. On McClellan. Goes on the inside. Oh, is that gonna work? Yeah, look at that. Nicely done. He's gonna make it. No contact there. McClellan has the inside. Nova is negotiating that really nicely. Let's see if McClellan comes back on him. Behind there we have Trowbridge. Nilsson is still in the lead for silver. And there they come around the corner. Let's see if Nova can push away. So great racing there. And Shannon just passed Malcolm Hutchin to get up to P18 for Shannon. And Hutchin is in the pits. I wish everyone went into, and maybe for people on the stream, go into your car and put on the auxiliary lights. Actually, it's really nice during nighttime. You get some extra LED lighting where you can put it in the grill or wherever. And you can do it even if you have a custom livery, because that's a kind of outside properties from the livery. So you can put some lights on into your on your car. A couple of different setups where it appears in the grill or on the car, on the window and so on. Here we go, Shannon. Keeping an eye up front, looks very much the same. Chris Bourne, 4 seconds ahead of Steve Young. Hartford went in here now for pits, so now that starts. It's Puanoff. Puanoff's last was 1:42.0. Very close to his, so he has a good even pace, it looks like. And here is Jan Saunders chasing that Audi. Oh, Craig Holmes. Craig Holmes, great effort by him. P6 for Craig. Very, very nice. And then Peter Nilsson in the lead for of the silver. Nicely done by him. Sits pretty safe there, about 4 seconds to Trowbridge. But we still have pit stops to do, so anything can happen. 3 pit stops so far, Hartford, Rankin and Hutchin. Let's see what Rankin can do. He was the first doing his pit stop. Let's see if that strategy worked, or if it was a strategy even, it might just be out of necessity. Shannon is gaining here on Jeremy. I had a little trouble. Jeremy takes the inside line as they're coming into the hairpin of Lukop, turn 10. Short shifting there, that's Shannon, up 4 position, Shannon. Holmes goes in and pits. So does Pornoff. Quite a few people now into the pits. But yeah, Bourne and Young are still out. Shannon is pushing here. And we see cars dropping there that are in the pit. Maybe there's going to see someone come out here in front of these guys or nearby. Great driving by Shannon. Look at the Rankin here. That was lost 8 position, but on the other hand we have pit stops and stuff, and that screws up that metric. Curious if he actually had a problem with his car or what was wrong. Chris Bourne still out. He did a 141.2, which is 2/10 slower than his best. So still good pace here as he stays out. Counting down here to half the race, 25 minutes. Good concentration here by Bourne. Let's do the chase cam. I don't really like the chase cam because it's not so realistic, you know, unless they have a drone flying behind. Sometimes it's kind of nice to see how these drivers take things. He has a lapped car in front of him. Mish Pornoff still have the fastest lap. Let's see, Caballero and Britos. So Hartford now working himself up through the field after his pit stop. And again, reminding you that he is platinum driver, although his name tag is showing that he's silver, or number tag rather. But that will be corrected next race. The next race, I believe, is Watkins Glen, I think. All right, Chris Bourne is in the pits. Steve Young, though, he's not. I think he was running really long stint last time too. Let's stay with him for a minute. As you see more people going into the pits. So Steve Young, he is, yeah, he's quite a bit. Last lap was 6/10, more than half a second slower than his last lap. Or his best, rather. So we'll see if he peels off into the pits or not. Yeah, there he goes. All right, pit stop for Chris Bourne seemed to have gone pretty good. We can put up and look at the pit stops if you so desire. Oh, that's the number of pit stops. That's not what I wanted. I wanted pit stop length. There we go. So, looked like Derek Bird had a pretty long pit stops there. Oponov had a long pit stop. 59.7, that's unfortunate. That's going to cost him. So, as well for Chris Holmes had a 61.8. That's a very long. Terry Trowbridge 61.5. Nilsson had a reasonable one. So, that's going to be a struggle. Torrance in the pits now. Ole Linnortner still out. As we're getting into almost 20 minutes left, or 21 and a half, let's say it like so. Brian Hartford trying to pass Packham. Actually, this is a pretty nice camera, especially when it's dark like this. Oh, Hartford getting close to Packham. Who is in front? Who is in front here? Oh, that must be a blue flag there. Yes, it is. That they had to negotiate. Oh, he's sliding. Brian Hartford. Ah, Liliana, welcome. Yeah, unfortunately, Paolo, he was up 5 positions, but he had a contact, which you need to discuss with him. So he had to fall back a little bit, but great driving by him. Let's see how it looks like after all the pit stops are completed. Ole Linnortner now in the pits. Aaron Shannon is driving a really long stint. He's about half a second slower than his regular pace or fastest pace. So I think it is time for Shannon to go in. Let's go back to Hartford, chasing Stuart Packham. And Rankin, let's look at him. What happened now? Oh, something happened with Alvaro Oliveira. Let's go back. Missed that. I think that was self-inflicted of some form. Oh, here's Hutchin on Rankin, although this is not for position, this is just for him to try and move forward. Jeremy Arobas, though, he is chasing Ole Linnortner. Kevin Walker is still out. Shannon is now in the pits. So Chris Bornham clear air in front of him. Mish Pornov still has the fastest lap. As Liliana is here, let's look at Paulo Novoa for a minute. So we see Paulo is up 2 positions. Running P9 right now. Hartford or Harford. Oh, it's an accident. Let's look at the accident. See what happens. Rankin and Hutchin. Rankin really looks like a ghost. Hutchin goes on the inside. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. If there was like a slight contact between those two cars or not. All right, Shannon. Oh, he hit that curb. Gets really combobulated, goes off track. Bruce Hopkins managed to pass him. Here's Hutchin again on Rankin. So Rankin is now, okay, that's where he started. Because I was curious, Rankin was struggling so, and he was the very first one that went into the pits. So I was going to see how he can negotiate that when he gets at the end of the race. So Harford's in P4. Remind everyone again, Harford is a platinum. What's he doing there? Packham was weaving back and forth. Keeping eye on these guys, racing pretty hard. It's the closest racing right now out of the top 20 we have on the leaderboard, as you can see. I think this is the closest, most interesting thing we have to look at right now, as we have 15 minutes, almost 15 minutes left. Let's see how they compare these guys on time. Hartford clearly faster. Right now Packham is on that lap. Packham was a little bit faster. Yeah, he's pushing here. Hartford fight for P3 in silver. I'm sorry, platinum. Pornov had a moment. I don't know what happened, but it looked like he was losing speed. So that gives Derek Bird an opportunity. Something happened with the Pornov there. I saw his, I saw marker there that he was slowing down. Oh, he looks a little bit out of shape there. Let's follow this for a little bit. Gives Derek an opportunity. Now he's Pornov is running away a little bit. Packham and Hartford seems to have stretching out a bit. Chris Bourne, pretty safe. First place right now. 5 seconds ahead of Steve Young. 13 minutes remaining of the race. So a little recap then. So we have Chris Bourne, P1. And let's get another camera in, like so. And then we have Steve Young in his Aston Martin, P2, and P3, Stuart Packham. So that's the platinum. And then silver, Peter Nilsson from Sweden, P1. And Kevin Walker right now P2 for silver, but he hasn't pitted yet, which I hope he realizes he has to. And then the pole sitter, Trowbridge, P3. That's 1, 2, 3. Let's see, we don't really have any close action at hand. Joaquim Rodriguez is in the pits. But interesting to see if Kevin Walker actually wants to pit at some point. So he's lapping about a second slower than his fastest. So let's go and see what Nova is doing. If Liliana is still there, it looked like he was getting a little bit of a little closer to Holmes to maybe catch a P8. And so does Harford up on Packham. So those two things all of a sudden developed. Let's jump back to Paolo. Gets very close here to the Audi. Hopefully Liliana is still watching. Paolo in P9. Fighting for P8 here. Oh, he goes a little bit wide. That's the Audi. Careful now, he's coming into the hairpin. Side by side they go, leaving each other room very nicely. Audi is leaving room for Paolo's BMW. Full chase here through the mine shaft into turn 13. Crocodile. Nicely negotiated there, but here comes the Audi, comes next to Nova. Audi on the inside. This is such a tricky turn. That was smart by Holmes actually, because he couldn't cut that corner at all. Paolo Nova up to P8, so congratulations on that. That was exciting. So I hope Liliana was cheering Paolo on as he took the P8 in the platinum. We have less than 10 minutes. Want to check Walker. Walker is still out driving. Walker has not been, and here comes the Trowbridge from Walker. This is for position. I don't think Walker can compete here. I don't think he has the traction now, and also he is lagging quite a bit. You see that the car is kind of jumping. Let's get into his Trowbridge cockpit and see how it looks like. It's always weird when you have someone that's kind of flickering in front of you. I see Hopkins way back there too. Something happened to him during. Oh, look at that! Look at it. Car is jerking. That's not good. if you're racing, you have to make sure you have good connection. Otherwise, it's really distracts other drivers. Trowbridge really want to pass him. I don't blame him. Let's do the chase on him. Actually, now I start to like this camera. Let me know on the stream how you like this view of the cars. I think it's much nicer actually, especially when it's dark. Because otherwise it's a little bit hard to follow if you do the wide lens or so. Helicopter view. Let's see how Walker seems to have traction though. But I think Trowbridge is much faster than him. 436, 42. So yeah, Trowbridge is a second faster almost than him. But his car is just looking really weird because of some sort of a lag. I hope Trowbridge can pass him because it's super irritating to drive with someone that has a poor connection. And it might even be that Trowbridge see things different than we see. But yeah, Walker will be penalized if he doesn't resolve his pit stop. The game will do that for us. All right, let's look at Hartford for a moment. Keeping an eye on Trowbridge down there now. Because really, it's not Trowbridge, it's not really for position. Trowbridge is going to have P2 in silver because Walker will pit or he will be penalized and lose positions. So this is really a more interesting proposition here. Hartford, Peckham got a good run out of the last turn. 6.5 minutes left. Want to see if something happens further back. Let's see Trowbridge. There we go. Let's do a little replay on that. Side by side, and Trowbridge take him on the inside. Nice. Okay.
Ja. Ja. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I have to practice very much this week, and Ferrari is perfect on this track, but somebody else is faster. So I missed the qualifying with a half second. I do 1:41.4 some the best. Oh, but that's okay. 42. Well, the second turn there, the first, and then the SS up there. Ja, det, ja. Ja. Yes. Mm. Yes. Yeah. So I see the all the clip from YouTube there. I see from season 10. I see it. Yes. See some Larsson and yeah, some Swedish guy. Yeah. Mm. Nej, no, I have not checked really. But Christer, I cannot race in Watkins. I'm busy next weekend though. So, ja. So, yeah. Mm. Ja, ja. Mm. 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 Yeah, very
Oh,
good community.
I've been muted. I'm sorry. It looked like I was muted for some reason. That's weird. Okay, anyway, so thank you very much and
Ja, thank you.
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And we'll catch you next time.
Ja, Nürburgring då. Rain.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Mm.
All right.
Ja, yes.
Thank you.
Ja,
Hey,
very
hey.
good community there. Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay. Hey, hey.
Hey.
Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. I'm sorry. I must have been muted for a little bit because I started to cough and I thought I unmuted myself. So maybe in the last part of the race, I wasn't at, you couldn't hear me. So I'm sorry for that. I need to check that better. I need to get a better thing that actually show me that I'm off, that I'm muted. So anyway, we'll see you next time. More racing coming with eSeniors tomorrow. Actually, the championship of LMU started 20th. So next championship race is going to be Monday. And that's the ACC sprint. So we'll catch you later. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.